music publisher ensures that a singer gets paid when their compositions are used for any commercial purpose. Usually, the singer and publisher sign an agreement, and the singer will assign their copyright to the publisher. The contract can be permanent or otherwise. Publishers' roles include reproducing and selling copies of the singer's works. A publisher collects royalties on behalf of the singer, say from media outlets that play the music. This is one of the growing aspects of intellectual property in Uganda, managed by the Uganda Performing Rights Society. Traditionally, if a singer signed their work to a publisher, the two would share the returns from each copy sold at 70% for the musician and 30% to the publisher. But some people do the sharing in a different way. A singer can sell off their album for a lump sum. It's then at the publisher's discretion to retail the music and get back their money and all for profit. This was the common method in Uganda, and it put music publishers in the driving seat.
Business at first twagifunamu into planning.
And then, if you can remember, the CD wasn't on market as it is now. Then there were tapes, and you see, it is very hard to duplicate this. It takes really time. Unlike a CD.
With their focus on local music, publishers like Kase Music Recorders, Nick Studios, HK & Sons, Tubro Sounds, City Music Suppliers, Kasiwukira Studios, Lucina Enterprises, XYZ and X-Zone ripped big from Uganda's music, but their reign ended with the technology wave of the 21st century.
It was computer age that, because someone just comes and buys a copy of CD, goes and sees it in a computer, starts duplicating. In the meantime, you're thinking you'll sell thousands of copies and get money to pay to the artist.
Kubanga lulisiganya amanda galiwo nemba publisher benyi twakubagana nga amanda ekyo sagala nkikweke.
The music publishers had mastered their game. They knew which artists to buy from and make a huge profit. Gospel and Kadongo Kamu artists were a gem for the publishers. In fact, Kadongo Kamu artist, the late Hamani Basude, has probably sold more than any other Ugandan artist. His contemporaries, Fred Sevata and the late Paul Kafero, also benefited from publishers. The dawn of the 21st century was the grimmest in the music publishing business. Computer access increased. Singers more than doubled, and many preferred to be the arbiters of their own music.
So some of them decided to go, themselves the artists, decided to give their music to the computer guys, which is not funny anyway. But still, I won't blame them for that, because they're all looking for some bread and butter for their families. It's about survival.
Music publishers couldn't do much, as the power they gained over the years slowly diminished. Computers were widely used for piracy, and it was useless publishing an album that was duplicated on the computer, and thousands of copies sold daily on the streets. X-Zone is probably the only surviving music publisher, after all the others abandoned the business.
Police told us, why can't you do some other business? But remember, in the meantime, this is something you're passionate about. And you see, it can do good. It can bring out money. It can create employment. It can bring tax for the government.
Musicians had to find ways to earn from their works. One avenue was the media. A presence in the media sometimes leads to good publicity, which can attract people to pay an entry fee when the musician organizes a performance. This is commonly referred to as album launch, although many singers actually have no album to launch, but just one or two songs that have earned airplay or media reviews. They then invite many other singers to perform. The singer earns some money, but even the promoters take home a sizable chunk. This trend has mainly benefited already established artists, but the so-called upcoming artists continuously invest in a business that could take many years to give returns.
First of all, it's seasonal. If you don't have a hit song, then you're not going to perform. If it's a certain season where people don't have money and they're not doing events, you won't perform. So it's limited by time and material, which I don't feel is very sustainable. That is why we need to put a lot of energy in the online presence and sort of get our fans used to downloading music and buying our music and stuff, because you can make money like that.
Smarter singers have sought endorsements from big brands in advertising. Again, these opportunities come to established artists.
A few years ago, it was very slow. Like, people they didn't know the value of putting my face on your billboard and then, But right now,
Or your voice to a product.
exactly, or my voice to a product. And right now they're starting to learn that that works too. So me, I'm very optimistic that in 10 years' time, the artists who are younger will be making money. They will be making money. I've always believed that the most important thing is to have the right team around you who know how to market you and position you well.
Besides hard copies of CDs, DVDs and flash reproduced by computers, thousands of illegal music downloads are happening by the minute. But if music is well protected on the internet, it can earn the artist some money. Elsewhere, copyright infringement is checked using the law. Violators are disconnected from the internet and prosecuted. Original music copies are labeled. In Uganda, this is still in infancy.
Bafune ekibiina bakkirize nti ekibiina ekibi ku muyimbi omuyimbi buli lwafuna ssente yeerabira buli kintu n'alowooza nti kijja kubeera bwe kityo paka.
If Ugandan artists do not as a fraternity secure special protection for their works and enforce the copyright law, musicians will stop at earning a hallowed celebrity status that doesn't bring in much. Poverty will remain a looming reality. Walusimbi, NTV Talking Arts.
Yeah.